of us here together. After that meditation, I'm going to read one of the 5 Buddhist precepts, and we can stay here in the temple. We'll say goodbye to our guests, and we can have a discussion if you wish. We've got a new year coming on, so I don't know how everybody's feeling, but here we are. So I think Laura's already put a link in the chat box in case anybody's interested in getting some further information, some of the precepts, the prayers. What else do we got up there? All the events, a lot of stuff. So that'll be in the chat box there for you. And really, I think we're just about ready to start a nice meditation with that body scan and whatnot. So, Laura, please take us away.
Well, welcome everyone. Thank you. And for those joining on YouTube or Facebook, that link that Nawang was mentioning in the chat is just the link to our website, which is BuddhistStudiesInstitute.org. And if you go under courses, you'll see daily meditation resources there. And that's where you can find the links to follow along in the prayers that we will say and in the precepts that will be shared at the end. And so let's go ahead and begin by starting our daily prayers. So we can bring our hands together at heart center. I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. I take refuge in the Lama, Yiram, and Khandro. I take refuge in the channels, winds, centers, and their nature, the bodhicitta. I take refuge in complete openness, lucid presence, and compassion. Ho, mesmerized by the sheer variety of appearances, which are like the illusory reflections of the moon in water. Beings wander endlessly astray in samsara's vicious cycle. In order that they may find comfort and ease in the luminosity and all-pervading space of the true nature of their minds, I generate the immeasurable love, compassion, joy, and equanimity of the awakened mind. The heart of bodhicitta. Sentient beings are numberless. I train in order to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I train in order to transform them. Reality is boundless. I train in order to realize it. The awakened way is unsurpassable. I train in order to embody it. And we bow. Wonderful. So as Nawang mentioned today, he has talked me into leading us in a body scan. So I will lead us in a body scan as our way to bring in some somatic awareness to our practice. After I lead the body scan, which will be a bit lengthier than just doing 3 inhalations and exhalations. After I lead us in that practice, then we'll just do the calm abiding practice of labeling thinking. So if we notice, even during our body scan, that the mind has wandered, we're not on the part of the body I might be referring to, or we are somewhere in the future or somewhere in the past, it's no problem. Whenever you notice that, just label thinking, and then come right back to wherever we are. And if we are done the body scan portion at that time, and you find that you have wandered off, again, it's no problem. Instead, just come back to the breath, to that next arriving breath, and staying with the present arising experience until you become distracted again. It will happen, thoughts will come. And then just labeling gently, kindly, compassionately, thinking, and just go right back to that object of the breath. So let's begin now with our body scan and getting into our posture. So we can get into our 7-point posture by having a posture where we're nice and tall in the spine. So we could either be seated in a chair, legs cross-legged, or feet flat on the floor. We could be seated on the floor or upright on a cushion. With that spine nice and straight, we want to tuck the chin just a little to elongate the back of the neck. And then the gaze can be just coming right down the bridge of the nose to a point few feet on the ground in front of you, relaxed gaze. And the palms can be resting in this gesture of equanimity. So right hand, left hand, thumbs touching, and just gently coming into the lap. So we've got the shoulders nice and broad. We have that gaze just soft, unfocused. We can let the jaw be relaxed and have the tip of the tongue relaxing right behind the front teeth at the top of the palate. Lips could be parted or lightly touching. And we'll just begin by bringing our awareness into the bottom of the feet. So noticing the sensations in the feet. Noticing any temperature, vibration, pressure, tingling. And what we're doing in this practice of the body scan is we're unifying body and mind, letting the mind fill the physical body. So letting all of our awareness now move from the feet into the ankles, drawing awareness up into the lower legs, the shins, the calves. Just a clear knowing of this is the sensation in my lower legs right now. Drawing awareness into the knees, the front and back of the knees. And we're not trying to change any sensations. We're simply just noticing what's there, paying attention. You may find some places that feel as though there's not much sensation or a numbness. That's okay, just keeping our awareness there, noticing that. Coming now up into the upper legs, the quads, the hamstrings, from the knees all the way through the buttocks to the hips. Paying special attention to any points of contact. So where the seat meets the chair. Coming into the groin, the lower abdomen, this lower energy center of the body, all through the hips and the pelvic bowl. Noticing whatever sensations are most predominant here. And coming up into the lower belly, the belly button, in the front and the back of the body, so the low back. You may even deepen your practice by noticing when you experience a rising sensation, if it's pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. As we come up into the stomach, the solar plexus, the mid-back, rib cage. Now into the heart center, noticing the expansion and contraction of the chest, the front and back of the body. Sensing if this next breath is being received in an open chest or maybe more of a constricted chest. Into the throat, the neck, the top of the shoulders. And then letting that awareness just flow down from the neck all through the arms, from the upper arms to the lower arms, all the way through the hands to the top of the fingertips. Letting awareness just fill up like a glass filling up with water. Letting that awareness just fill up the length of the arms all the way up to the throat. Mindful of whatever sensations are present. Letting the awareness settle back now in the throat, moving up through the jaw, the chin, the mouth, the cheeks and the nose, the ears, sensing what am I aware of here? Coming into the eyes, the forehead, the scalp, crown of the head, the back of the head, And now, as we breathe, mindful of the entire sitting body, letting the mind fully envelop the body. Aware of the sensations of your whole being, of this embodied experience right here, right now. We may find that the more we let the mind rest in the body, the more it wants to stay in the body. So continuing our practice of calm abiding by encouraging the mind to stay very close to the sitting body. So when we notice that the mind has become distracted, just labeling thinking silently to ourselves, just noticing that the mind has wandered away from the body. And slowly just returning that awareness to this felt sense of living presence in the body. And we'll continue to practice in silence in this way for the remainder of our period of practice, labeling thinking silently to ourselves and returning to embodied presence. Very good. For these last few minutes of practice here, letting go of this method of thinking, letting go of any sense of a meditator meditating, and just letting be, just finding rest and ease. And now let's seal our practice by anchoring that awareness back into the sitting body. Noticing the sensations that are present now, from the bottom of the feet to the crown of the head. Clear comprehension of this sitting body. And now let's close our practice by bringing our hands together, heart center, Anjali Mudra, prayer position. And let's dedicate the merits of our practice today. May the teachings of the Buddha spread and flourish. May all sentient beings be happy and joyful. May we practice the Dharma day and night. And may the benefits for self and others be fully accomplished. And we bow. Thank you all so much for this sweet practice. I'd like to turn it back over to Nawang now to lead us in one of the 5 Buddhist precepts.
Thank you very much, Laura. That was wonderful, wonderful way to spend the afternoon there. I don't know if I can really get up from here and make anything else happen, but I can read one of the 5 Buddhist precepts and get us well on the way. So here we are. We got a new year coming up. I'm kind of thinking to myself, we're kind of like on the beginning of the trail and we're looking out there, our vision, where we're going. So I'm going to get into view or avoiding loss of awareness for our Buddhist precept. Abandon the demented state. I embrace the radical sobriety of the unaltered state, and I give myself over to naturally intoxicated appreciation of the phenomenal world. I avoid deliberate loss of awareness through substance use or abuse. I avoid mindless consumption of anything. I avoid spiritual delusions that put me out of touch with common sense, morality, and shared experiences of conventional reality. I apply renunciation where necessary, and I avoid what clouds my mind and adhere to diet, drinks, and medicines which bring forth pristine presence, sanity, compassionate awareness for my body, mind, my family, my community, and my society. Thank you, all of you. Let's have a great year coming up. I really appreciate every day you've been here with me, and Laura, and supporting the Buddhist Studies Institute. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Nawang. I'm going to go ahead and close our live stream for the day. So thank you for those who have joined us live. I hope you'll join us again any day of the week, same time, same place. Thank you so much.